Now, as a PGA professional, I've been singing certain hybrids' praises for quite some time now about being the best overall, best forgiving, best workable, best value hybrid of 2023. I'm going to talk you through it again today, but I also have a second option, which to be honest could cover even more bases, and it's a club from the same brand, and I personally think it could be the best forgiving hybrid for mid to high handicap golfers of the year. And I don't know why it's taken me so long to first of all find this club, first of all compare it against this Tour Edge Exotics C723 hybrid. I nailed it again. I always forget this name, but a lot of people in the comments said, James, this C723 is a great hybrid. It does look great for someone like yourself, and you can play really nice low penetrating shots just like that one. The flight tune system is pretty much fantastic. It does help you with ground interaction even on damp lies like this one in the winter, and that weight forward really does allow you to play low penetrating shots like the shot you've just played. It does have a face that looks a little bit more like an iron. It does remind me of the old school Adams Idea hybrids, even with that diamond face technology and forward CG. As well as playing low shots, you can also play shots like this one really easily. That's two shots down the fairway, two totally different ball flights, two very similar ground interactions, and that's why I love this club. As well as that, if I wanted to play a fade or a draw, I could do that pretty much at will. Not everybody wants to do that with a hybrid. This is a 2 hybrid, a 17 degree. What if I told you I could get you this club, but a little bit bigger and a little bit more forgiving? Or should I say a little bit bigger, but a lot more forgiving? Because that is pretty much what I have managed to find in the Tour Edge, get this, Tour Edge Exotics, get this, E723 hybrid. So this also features maximum forgiveness, maximum MOI. We still have that weight in, but as you can see, this is moved now towards the back of the club. So a totally different prospect and a much more forgiving golf club for the everyday golfer. You can see it's much more of a fairway style face as opposed to the C723. And I don't know why this has evaded me and you guys for so long. That carbon crown looks absolutely delightful. And I can't sing the praises of Tour Edge Exotics enough, because whenever I've tested these, I've been blown away by them, both for performance and for value for money, to be honest. These aren't the cheapest clubs in the world, don't get me wrong, but they're certainly not the most expensive either. So we don't get the adjustability on this model, but it is a 2 hybrid, a 17 degree, and it all of a sudden looks very pleasing to the eye, very forgiving. There's lots of surface area at the back of this club. We still have that razor sole technology, so it's still designed to help the club glide through the turf that little bit. And as long as it keeps that feel, it keeps that sound, it keeps this. I'm not sure if that actually felt better, you know. That's come a tiny bit bottoming out the face, but that's gone round the corner on this short wintry par 4. When you are playing wintry golf, sometimes you don't always need driver. A club with plenty of shaft length and just 17 degrees of loft can often be your best friend at this time of year. And you can see that with that diamond face technology, which is a variable face thickness to allow more ball speed on slightly off-centre hits, it seems to have done its job there, because that's a little bit low, a little bit out of the heel, you could say just a touch, but it still felt phenomenal and still gave us that ball flight. Now, one of the factors that maybe you're not going to get with this that you would get with the C723 is, like I said, because of the adjustability, you're not going to be able to potentially have the versatility that it does have. But then my argument is, how many high handicap golfers really cry out for more versatility, more shot shaping? Can I play it high? Can I play it low? How many high handicappers can realistically do that on demand? Because I know it took me a very long time to feel comfortable playing those shots. And if we look at the differences in these two heads now, you'll see that there's lots of similarities running through there. Both of them have that razor sole, both of them have that weighting either front or back depending on the model, and it is a 10-gram weight as well. So it's a very similar style. We look at the faces, and the faces couldn't look any more different. We have this kind of fairway wood looking E723, and obviously the more kind of iron looking square faced C723. On top, I actually prefer the look of the E723. Which is strange, because I actually feel like if we could mash these clubs together and have the shape of the C723 with this stunning looking carbon crown, it would make pretty much the perfect looking hybrid. If Tour Edge Exotics would like to do that, I'll take a little bit of credit, because you've got to take credit sometimes. Because sometimes credit's due where it's due, isn't it? But the beauty about this is it's not as complicated. So if you just want to keep putting swings on it, oh, that felt so good there. I was hoping to kind of miss-hit that a little bit, but you can see how easily that's gone up in the air. We're going to get down there in a minute and see what the difference is in distance, because these clubs are the same length, the same loft. Yes, the weighting's different. You can see I've hit 2 high shots with the E723 so far. Let's try and play a low one. I don't think this is what this club's going to be designed for. I don't think it's what the audience do want from it. But then we've got to test it, haven't we? Because if it is that easy to launch, maybe you would like to know that you can still... Ah, James, overthink it more. I will leave that in because we leave them all in, and that was a top, ladies and gentlemen. That's me trying to overthink it. Can we still not talk through the takeaway and play that shot? You see, that's still rising. That's nowhere near... I'll put on screen the low shot from earlier with the C723. That's actually not gone very far, because what I've tried to do there is keep that ball down, but the spin rate has risen that ball up. So that's going to rob us of distance, and that's why potentially this isn't going to be as versatile as the C723. But do you want that in your bag? I'd say probably not. Well, it's been a while since we've had a good old top, but you know what? When you're trying things out, sometimes they don't always go to plan, and that's important to know, because it's okay. We move on. And like I said earlier in this video, guys, I'm going to make sure I pick this top ball up, because it's really not gone that far. But I really do want to kind of take my hat off. I would do if I hadn't had my haircut due tonight, because it's a little bit of a mess pre-Christmas. But I take my hat off to the guys at Tour Edge, because they keep keeping up with the big boys, and they're doing it kind of quietly. They're doing it in a manner that, to be honest, they're not kind of shouting from the rooftops about it, like maybe some of the bigger brands would do if they had some of the results that Tour Edge Exotics do have, especially for the prices that they're pumping clubs out at. Let's test this E723 hybrid out the rough, because that unfortunately is where a lot of average golfers, I told you it wasn't going to be far down there, do spend a lot of time, and see if it does just make it a little bit easier to get the ball in the air. I have a sneaky suspicion it will. So this is a prime location where a lot of high handicap golfers might potentially take on a shot. So you're in the rough, the ball's, oh, I've given myself a terrible lie there, but I almost don't mind, because we've got some trees to go over, we're in the rough. As long as I get club on ball here and get an okay shot, I feel like a good result here is to be around the green anywhere. It doesn't need to hit the green from here, because tour average from here would be not on the green. We'll change the camera angle up a bit for you, but we're into the wind as well, so this is where maybe that high spin will hurt us. This is where maybe that high spin will hinder us. That is so easy to get up there, by the way. We missed that tree by like an ounce or an inch. But again, you can see the turf interaction that I've got here is delightful. I do think that's down to, first of all, I hit a pretty good shot, but also this razor sole is really helping glide through the turf there. We're on a little bit of a mud patch in the rough with rough behind it, so that wasn't easy at all. But looking at that, we've delivered plenty of dynamic loft. We've maybe cut across it just a little bit, but we managed to get it over that tree, and I'll show you where that's finished just after we've spoken about the distance difference between the E723 and C723. And I think that is quite impressive. So the first ball we come to, which is still in the fairway, may I add, is that last ball that we hit. Not the top, but the one where I tried to keep it low and the spin just rose up a little bit. So that's the one where I knew that one was going to be robbed of distance, because we are into the wind a little bit. But the rest of the shots, if you look, are all very close together when it comes to distance and dispersion. So very, very happy that you can still have the forgiving club and still hit it nice and normally, and to be honest, still get a pretty good performance out of it, even if you maybe don't get the versatility. So weighing up those odds, what do you think you'd be better with? Let's go and see. Oh, it's down there, looks, it's made it over the hazard, and that is a chip and a putt onto the green. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed that. If you have, smash that subscribe button below. I personally think Tour Edge Exotics are smashing it when it comes to nice, kind of a little bit more on budget forgiving golf clubs. If you agree with me, get in the comments below. If you don't agree with me, get in the comments below. Let's have a discussion about it. But apart from that, I'll see you all hopefully at exactly the same time tomorrow. Don't be late.